signals call. Through static skies they give their all. With hearts of gold and steady hands, the Porter King, their loyal band. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. From dawn to dusk they pave the way, ensuring he can seize the day. Their gifts, their time, their steadfast care. The Porter King goes everywhere. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. They're the signal in the night. Hail to the mighty Porter King. Through every contest, every try, they lift him up, they let him fly. Unseen warriors, strong and true. He stands tall because of you.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday, time for some shenanigans, some great music, and a whole lot of fun. Before we get started on this first shenanigans of the 2026, what's going on to my Patreons? You guys are absolutely awesome. That whole song was about you. You guys are just absolutely awesome. And about a month and a week or so away from hanging out with a bunch of you guys. So it's really cool. Also, shout out to the YouTube members, equally important. You guys are awesome. Green in chat, blue if you were an admin. And the ever-changing board with a whole bunch of changes, but what didn't change? Kilo 4, Lemur, India leading the charge as always. Kilo Delta 9, Uniform Victor Kilo with an off-stream donation. Thank you very much, Dad. Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie, Eastern Standard Time and the King in the top 5. And then we got Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. Then we got a four-way plus tie for the last few spots. So I'm sure that it's going to keep Dan bocking and changing things. What's going on, Dan?
Not a lot, man. Welcome to the first shenanigans of the new year, 2026. We roll it in style. Episode 150. I think it's 155. Hold on. 155. I got it.
2025. And Terry with a $5 super sticker. Thank you very much, Terry.
Awesome. Let's roll down the list and see who is here on this beautiful Sunday. Alpha Echo 4, X-Ray Oscar. It's a me was first, or so YouTube says. What's going on, my brother? Toby is here. Alpha Delta 2, Charlie Delta. Always good to see you. Kent, Kilo 9, Alpha Echo is here. Daryl is here. Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra X-Ray Hotel from warm Asheville. That's right. Ronnie's here. Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu Romeo X-Ray. What is going on, buddy? Andy Cowley, what's up, man? Always good to see you in here. Reed, AAB8AS, good evening to you. Mike, 88KB. Matt, Kilo Delta 9 Delta Zulu Tango, good evening. The Hillbilly Ham, KE6GAE. How you doing on the extra? I want to know if he's gonna pass the extra yet. I told him like every stream I was gonna ask him. Martini's here, says it's dark outside. Whiskey Delta for Juliet. Mike, what's going on? Dad is here. Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor. Kilo? Yeah, that's Dad. How you doing, buddy? Let's see, scrolling on down. Whiskey One Whiskey Charlie is here, playing with an antenna that's pretty much resonant from 630 meters to 1.2 gigahertz. I saw it on the analyzer. It's crazy. Good to see you, buddy. Zach's here, Kilo 4 Zulu Sierra Romeo. Whiskey 8 Juliet Echo Sierra. What's going on? Happy New Year to you. My Toy Ostrich is here. Chris, Happy New Year. K3MTO. Kilo 8. Go Quebec. 22 is in the house. What's going on, buddy? And that rounds it out for this.
Thanks for the Go Popular, Terry.
Yeah, go Popular.
That's Terry's favorite thing to send over on my TikTok streams. He's always sending Go Populars, and sometimes I think he seasons because it's like Go Popular ×1, ×2, ×3.
That's funny. That is funny.
Anyway, Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar says, how many points do I have this week? Well, Chris,
26,000.
You should sign up for that, and then I might be able to tell you at the end of this night. But considering I haven't got a sign-up message from you, I don't know. But if you would like your points from this past little bit in this week, you can still sign up tonight and do that. But you must sign up for the PZN Stalker Challenge by the end of next week. By this time next week, it absolutely has to be done, because
is it possible to get a negative point value in this game? Because if it is, I want to play.
You would have that. You would have that. Speaking of the negative point value, you would have that. What's crazy is out of all 13 people that did the PZN challenge so far in the first 4 days of this year, only 2 of y'all's not in. And Dan, you're one of them. Plus, there's more people in as well. But no, for the Stalker Challenge, starting tomorrow, you actually have to have points to stay in. So no, you couldn't have negative points in the Stalker Challenge. You have to have, I forget how many points it is. I'd have to look at my notes. I think it's 15 points a week, which is absolutely easy. You can get 15 points in a day. You could hunt me one day and stay in every week, pretty much, if you did it right.
A couple more folks are filtering in here. Let's see. We got Kilo 8 November Indy Victor. Good to hear you. And RN4VETSNY304. Are you a registered nurse for vets, like a veterinarian? That'd be cool. Welcome. And hello from Georgia. You're in New York.
Happy New Year. Thanks for the super chat. I'm just now getting what Juliet Mike is saying. What happened to the roses? I thought she was talking about Liz and family, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, they're still hunting. There's nothing happened to them. But she was talking about because Terry used to send roses.
Yeah. That's what I thought she was saying too, and I was kind of like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either until it dawned on me because we was making fun. Terry's like, it makes me feel unmanly to send a man roses.
Yeah. So I've explained this to her in person, but I'll go ahead and do it here on the interweb so everybody can have my back on this, because this will be here for forever, this video. Martini, when you talk to simple male figures and men like us, you have to be very simple and very specific, because we're simple-minded creatures. And it takes us a while to figure things out sometimes.
No, I'm pretty trained for the most part.
Yeah.
Because when a woman tells you something, they're normally
correct.
very they're always correct, but they're normally very specific when they ask
Yeah.
for something. Like they say, "Throw me the remote." So you don't want to hand them the remote. You want to
Throw it.
sling it across the room to them.
Just like if you're at the dinner table and somebody says, "Pass me the mashed potatoes." What are you supposed to
pass
do?
them the mashed potatoes. I mean, we do what we're told, and they still get mad. I'm like, you asked it for it. I can't help it. You don't have hands to catch mashed potatoes.
Hey,
here's what it is. Anyway, how's everybody enjoying their new year? And how's everybody enjoying the radio in the new year? I can tell you 40 meters sucks so far this new year.
If you tried to catch the mashed potatoes and they slipped through your fingers, would that maybe be a case of butterfingers?
It would probably mean you should wear a Dallas Cowboy jersey, but that's just beside the point.
Well, we know you're not going to be close to the end zone when you drop it. You got to worry about that. 10 meters has been open here for a few days, John says. 1.2 gigahertz was open on New Year's Eve. I knew that.
That's what I'm saying. I was surprised how little people, knowing who I am, I was surprised how little people were saying, I don't have an antenna for that. You're hams. You should have an antenna for everything.
I loaded up the screw in my tire. Made that contact. It's a nice little short antenna. I mean, 1.2 gig, you don't need much, right?
Yeah.
So, no?
I mean,
it was almost a full wavelength.
I mean, just so we can, get some videos going.
Yeah, I mean, I got a full wave antenna right there. Absolutely. Yeah, 40 meters has been nasty, man. I mean, the few times I've turned the radio on this year,
just so you know, ladies, that's all you need for 1.2.
That's right. Now, if you're going to run 900, it has to be a little bit bigger. I'm just saying.
Oh,
yeah.
That's just. I'll tell you, and I will tell you what. 40 meters sucked today and yesterday, and maybe even the day before that. But what didn't suck was satellites today. It was absolutely slammed, which it normally is on weekends, but it was slammed, and I was in a good open spot because I was I was on my way to do a threefer, and I knew I wasn't going to make it for the satellite pass, so I pulled over in a twofer and worked the satellite pass, and then loaded back up and went on to the threefer because that twofer was the same parks I was doing in the threefer. So I wasn't worried about only getting a couple contacts, but I got 5 contacts on one satellite pass, so I was happy.
What affects satellites? I haven't been in the VHF, UHF game for a while. I mean, obviously sunspots and the atmosphere really doesn't have much to do with that at all. How about, I know once you get farther up in frequency, you get like rain fade. If it's raining really high frequencies, you'll have problems with that. But what really weather or atmospheric wise would hurt or help satellite communication?
Honestly, I haven't really noticed any atmospheric issues at all with it. It's more of people wanting to talk over top of other people. And normally it's the people that are sitting in their house with their nice rotors and, their nice 9700s, and they're just sitting there, sipping their coffee and throwing out more wattage than they need to be, and they just go right over top of people. So, but I'm going to be very shortly experimenting with linears, and I'm not going to have that problem on linears because there's a big open bandwidth, and I can just call CQ there.
Sitting at home, playing satellites, sipping their gin and juice, laid back. Trying to get SO whatever on my mind.
James, you need a few contacts on 160. Well, normally Saturday nights I've been doing 160. We didn't last time because Josh's tuner went crazy and he got aggravated after that, and we just packed it up. So
you can just have him grab a hold of the top of the antenna, and it should lengthen it out enough so you can get 160. I mean, it might burn his fingers a little bit, but
I've tried I've experimented with a lot of different things with that 25-foot whip. So we did the 37-foot sloper, which did really well on everything, and we did the 90-foot Invis. So it was at the bottom where the antenna mounts out. Last night before the ball game, I wanted to get a quick one in, and I wanted to try something. So I did 60 meters, which it'll tune 60 regular, but a little wire won't hurt. So I did 60 meters, and I just ran the antenna up with the wire and let the wire go straight down, and just threw the extra over on the ground. And I was getting good signal reports from it. Once I got all the issues straightened out, which had nothing to do with the antenna.
Sweet. John has an antenna. You can get all the bands, even 160. That's awesome. That is how you ham radio in 2026, my friend.
See, if John would have known I was on 1.2, he could have probably got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of points, Chris, there's people out there. So if you haven't seen the PZN Stalker video yet and don't know what I'm talking about, there is a new challenge for this year, and the PZN challenge is still going. If you want to hunt me every day, there's no signing up for that. I had somebody message me and say they wanted to sign up for it. I was like, you ain't got to sign up for it. You just got to hunt me.
Only.
Yours only does 15 bands?
Only. Only.
Well, I mean, I'm sure 15 bands. I'm sure I could probably get mine to do 15 bands.
Yeah, I mean, his does it like resonant or close to there. I mean, it's crazy.
Does it?
Is it a doublet, Brian? Is it a big doublet that you're making? Because I mean, a doublet would make sense to do something like that. I love my doublet, by the way. It's one of my favorite antennas. I mean, that's one of the two antennas I have. As a matter of fact, I got the hex beam and the doublet. So
when you're saying resonant, it don't need a tuner whatsoever.
No, there he goes. It's under 2 to 1 on 15 bands, is what he said. That's crazy.
Okay,
that's crazy.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, mine won't do that.
It's got to be a doublet.
But again, first off, he says so. Brian's saying under 2 to 1. So I'm going to give him hats off because he's not one of those snobs. You know what I'm saying? No, it's got to be under 1.5 to 1. So I'll give him hats off for that.
A traveling wave dipole, 400 feet long. That is just that's just your average, POTA activator kind of stuff right there, dude.
Yeah. Well, my problem with 400 feet long is me and all my equipment has to be in the park. Yeah. And sometimes I'm in parks that ain't 400 feet long.
Yeah. Might have to zigzag it on the ground or something.
Yeah.
All right. So a traveling wave dipole. You're going to have to explain this because I've never heard of one. I'm about to be educated here. Is it just a long piece of wire, and depending on where the signal wants to get off of it, it goes off the wire? It's just a straight wire. So if you're on 15 meters, the signal would exit the wire naturally by itself earlier. If it's a longer band, like 80, it'll go further down the wire before it. I mean, help me out here. Explain to me how the squigglies work down this piece of wire and how the squigglies get to me so I can decipher your squigglies into my earblies, and then I can send you squigglies back that'll be picked up by your 400-foot wire, and then you can decipher the squigglies into your earblies. All right, 12-to-1 Ballon, center fed with 200-foot legs, termination resistors at the end. So you're basically so you're transmitting on a help me out, the receive antenna that has end terminators on it. Not a loop on ground, but the straight wire. Can't remember the name of it right.
I don't know. The only receiving antenna I've ever used is a loop on ground.
That's a beverage. Thank you very much. Yeah. So you're basically transmitting on a beverage. That's interesting. Except it's like dipole beverage. Jeez.
I mean, that's really, really cool, but where are you going to use it?
Well, everywhere.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
I can tell you just extending 90 feet of wire out gets tricky in some decently sized parks.
Yeah. I would have never thought about putting a 12-to-1.
That's over four times 90 feet.
Where did you get this idea, Brian? Did you conjure it up out of your own skull, or did you read it somewhere? Because this is incredible. A military style antenna. Leaning, yeah. That is very interesting. I'd have never thought about transmitting into a beverage. But hey, I mean, that shows you, man, right there. I mean, experimentation, that's what it's all about, right?
Inspired by Salty Walt.
Salty Walt. There you go. I wonder what kind of food he ate when you watched that video. He always has some really good looking food at the end of his video.
I mean, I would have to be doing a 6 or 7 hour activation to justify that kind of setup.
It'd take you an hour to set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What gauge wire are you using, Brian?
It has to be tiny.
Well, maybe. Because the gauge wire, well, with the 12-to-1, I mean, I'm not really sure, but the gauge wire has a lot to do with the Q of your antenna, I would assume. Yeah. So what's the Q on this? That's another thing. I mean, if you're 2-to-1 everywhere, it has to be pretty daggum big.
26 gauge.
That's crazy.
Terry says, "No way, Jose."
Yeah. It says, "No way, hose I."
I speak that. That's West Virginia.
Oh my goodness gracious! Somebody buy me like 4 acres of land so I can play with antennas. I've always wanted to have like a farm or something. Like if I lived next to a farm and that farm was mine, I would have a beverage system out there, north, south, east, and west. That would be so awesome. But hey, my loop on ground's good. The Faraday on ground is pretty good too.
I've seen some long dipoles at people's houses.
Yeah, like mine.
But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like that extensive setup in the field.
You're going to be out there for like winter field day or summer field day. I could see.
Yeah.
Or like a support your parks if you're going to be camping out all weekend, or the plaque event. Oh wait, sorry.
The what?
Yeah, all right. Sorry about that. Some numbskull almost swept all 6 plaques in the 100 categories. So yeah. They said they thought they had enough of that.
Hey, you were just saving them on shipping.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. I was shaving them on. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. I wasn't trying to destroy the contest. I was trying to save you shipping fees. Right.
Need to do a live stream activation again from Florida this year.
Oh, we will, for sure. Definitely one during the Ham Fest, probably. Well, we'll probably, hey, let's go on a rove. Hopefully Bill Brown's filling up to it. If we go on a rove with Bill Brown, we'll just live stream the whole rove. I mean, like literally the whole rove. That would be pretty cool.
Even the U-turns?
Even the U-turns, baby. That's right. Absolutely. That way there'll be documented proof. That would actually be kind of fun to do.
Streaming a rove.
Yeah. Now, somebody said, speaking of military style antennas, somebody said, because I was looking at stuff to load up, and I don't want to do this to a tree, so I'm not going to, but who was it? I think it was Chris, Whiskey Zero Charlie Golf Charlie. I think he said the military used to, or still does, take a nice long metal screw, drive it into a dang tree, and load it up as an antenna. So use the tree as the antenna. I would love to try it, but I don't want to drive a screw into a tree like that. Seems not so good for the tree in the long run.
Sandy, 2 weeks from today, I will be in Florida. 2 weeks from today.
Get that barbecue ready. That's right.
I know who'll be on camera duty.
Yeah. It won't be James because everything will be like really bright. Well, what's funny is most of the video will probably be dark because, I mean, we rove in the evening time, right? And it gets dark fast. 2 weeks ago, it was in South Kakalaki. $160-meter sky loop.
Yeah, it was actually warm here today. I got to do my satellite pass short sleeves.
I have trees. They're not mine. They're my neighbor's trees way across the way. I was looking at them the other day. I was out in the driveway and I was looking at these trees way over. And I'm like, you know what? I need to get in good with my neighbor over there because that's about 160-meter full wave. That would be an awesome wire to have right there.
You know, I could probably do 160 meters on the land in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Probably. You're just going to stop on the way home and do 1810. You should have. The guards is probably asleep. It's been so long since anybody's been in there.
Yeah.
Probably could have cleaned out the king's coffers.
I can't do a loop because I don't have that many of my neighbor's trees that are within distance. Most of my neighbors are smart and don't have big trees in their yard.
Most of my neighbors are smart.
Yeah, because, especially after that last hurricane came through and just devastated almost every freaking tree around here. I would say easily 85 to 90% of people got new roofs in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's look, John. Let's look and say here.
Yeah, that's not the capital anymore. It's like it's like Chernobyl. It's been abandoned. Nobody goes there anymore.
$11.20.
Man, that's
so somebody sat in there for 3 days and activated it. 1118, 1119, 1120. And I guess then they moved on. 40, 90, and 14 QSOs on those 3 days.
Whoa. Racking them up.
Yeah. And then
They're catching up to you.
Whiskey 8 Golf Lima Romeo did it on 1010 with Kilo Delta 8 Mike India Victor.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, you're gonna fall off that leaderboard if you don't
I know.
stop playing around.
And then on 10-5, Whiskey 8 BZZ did it.
I don't think she has a radio, John. If she did, I'd imagine she would. I don't know if it's right off the highway or not. I've never been there. Is it right off the highway?
The highway? I guess that depends on what you're calling a highway. Yeah, you could go off of 119 if you want to call that a highway and get into 1810. One of them did it as a twofer. Well, I most
With
certainly
what?
tell you it is not a twofer.
With what? The WMA?
I will gladly, if you let me know which one it is, I will gladly email him and let him know that is not a twofer.
They did the park and the WMA as a twofer? No.
There is nowhere you can do the park in the WMA. There's nowhere you can do that park with anything and do a twofer.
But what if you get permission from a mapping coordinator to do it? Is it okay then?
No.
So just like theoretically, well, hypothetically, the mapping coordinator would tell you, hey, it's okay just to back up to the gate to do this, even though the park's not open.
No,
it'd still be a bad thing to do.
If you're up on the hill where Chief Logan Lodge is, no, that is not a twofer. That is 1810 only.
I'm sorry, I'm just poking people with a stick. That was funny.
I have activated every spot there is to be activated in 1810, and there is no spot in it that you can do it as a twofer.
Yeah, the queue on that antenna is crazy. Jeepers creep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean any park in West Virginia, well, maybe not any park in West Virginia, but the ones around where James stomped forever. If he says it's not a twofer, it's not a twofer. I don't care what anybody else says.
Trust me, if there was any way to possibly do a twofer in my area, I've done figured it out. That is just absolutely crazy.
What about a fifer? I hear people find those all the time.
You know, it'll be easy for me to figure it out though, because I'll just go back and look at this. There's only been 5 activations since I've been gone. I'll go back and look at them and find out who had the same amount of contacts in the wildlife management area, and I'll politely send him an email and let him know. Yeah, I know Mark was in the air and hit a bunch of parks up there. Mark's trying to finish West Virginia.
WHJES said he was thinking it was off of 77.
No. 1810 with the Trail of Beers. Sure. Yeah. Now you could activate it with the Trail of Beers, but I don't think that's a POTA park, Terry.
If you take one down and pass it around, then you got 1809 on the Trail of Beers. Just saying. If you take one of those down and pass it around, Terry, you got 1808 with the Trail of Beers.
Yes, Stan got his 0015.
I surely did.
I got it the same day.
Yeah. I woke you up.
Yes. And woke me up out of the bed.
To go hunt.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. I've created a monster. So I have turned Josh into a soda hunting machine. And now he's in Discord every day in the soda room, and there's a bunch of them in there. Terry's one of them, and Joe was in there with them, and they're like just hunting sodas left and right now. It's absolutely crazy. Josh got his shack sloth
Already?
since I've been here. He started his soda account and got a shack sloth.
That's
since
awesome.
I've been here.
That is awesome.
1810 is in Logan, West Virginia. It's by nowhere.
That's good practice. Hunting soda is probably really good practice for CW too, because I'd go out on a limb and say there's more CW activators than phone activators on soda.
No, like it'll literally take us, if we're going to a park and it's 20 minutes down the road, it'll take us an hour and 20 minutes because his ham alerts will go off and there'll be a soda and he'll pull over and hunt at CW.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
He has turned into a soda hunting machine. He's also had a couple of sodas since I've been here, but I've activated quite a few sodas since I've been here.
Yeah, but it sucks you can't hunt each other for credit, though.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, cannot. Now, he could go out of the activation zone and call you, right?
That is called a poor man's complete.
Yeah.
It is. You can do it, but a lot of people frowns on it. Because you get something called a complete if you've activated and hunted a soda, the same soda. Yes, Terry, the bands were absolutely poor. I agree 100%.
Terry, maybe you had your antenna pointed too low, because to work summits, don't you got to angle your antenna up a little bit? And don't use too much power, because if you use too much power, you'll shoot right over the top of the summit, and they'll never hear you.
I'll tell you what, I got half of my shack sloth in a weekend because I knew when they were doing the soda camp out.
Yeah.
And I put all the associations around that camp out in my ham alerts, and I got hundreds of points that weekend hunting them. That's how I got my shack sloth so quick. I mean, I didn't really do it quick, but how I went from halfway there to finishing.
All right. So on the topic of soda, I don't do soda, but let me tell you what would let me give you my complaint, my Sunday complaint. All right, here we go. Now I don't do soda, so I'm just talking.
It's going to be my same complaint too, I bet you.
Okay. First of all, West Virginia sucks for not having the winter bonus. Secondly, why don't hunters also get the winter bonus points? Because we're here in our warm houses thinking about how cold you are. Shouldn't that count for something?
You would think I would think if I was getting a bonus, you should get the bonus too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've not seen the rule that says you don't, but I've seen when I turn in the hunts, not that I don't get winter bonuses with it. So, and third, the fact of the matter that you can only activate a summit one time a year. Calendar year.
Yeah.
Calendar year. Because I have already activated a summit that I've done in the last 3 months for this year.
Yeah, one time a year is kind of crazy, man. Especially if you really like summits on the air. Say if you're a very avid summit hunter, but you don't have any summits around you that are reasonably close to go out and activate. But every now and again, when you get a burr up your butt and you want to drive 4 hours to a summit, you should be able to do that as many times as you feel like it.
I mean, I don't understand the rule because, I mean, example, there is a summit that technically you can be in the activation zone and be in 1810. the second time I did it, I did not do it in 1810. I went a little bit different spot, but here's the thing: it's extremely hard to get to. Now, I would walk across the street and do 1810 like it was nothing. But even if I could do it multiple times, I probably wouldn't do that summit, but maybe 3 or 4 times a year. But I would do it 3 or 4 times a year, you know?
This summit that is also in 1810, would it also happen to be in Chief Logan WMA?
No, it's not in the wildlife management area.
I just had to throw that in there.
No, it absolutely is not.
Oh, that's funny. IS 0046.
I have a very good map of Chief Logan Wildlife Management Area, and it's probably in West Virginia. But I have a very good map if that guy would like to borrow it and show me how in the world he thinks wherever he was worked. But he definitely,
if anybody,
and as a matter of fact, the original 1810 boundaries didn't even cover the hotel, but they extended Chief Logan Park.
We've had this conversation before on Shenanigans. Is it a hotel or a motel? Or is it a hotel?
It's a hotel.
Okay, good. Gotcha. All of West Virginia is a WMA. Speaking of dude, thank you, Terry. Let me get on my soapbox again. Somebody just added, I forget the names of the parks. Let me bring up Discord. They're in New Brunswick, Canada, which is a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong. But we figure out the names of these parks so I can be accurate for you here. Where's our little updater? I got to find these. All right. So they added New Brunswick number Y, wildlife management areas. So there's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess there's not a number 8, but all the way to like 20 something. Now, if you look at the map for the New Brunswick WMAs in Canada, no matter where you are in Canada, no matter where you are in New Brunswick, you are going to be inside of one of these WMAs. Period. So if you are in New Brunswick anywhere, you are also inside of one of these WMAs. So what they just did was basically just create a crap ton of 2-fers and 3-fers. There you go. Like if you go to Hopewell Rocks. So Hopewell Rocks will be Hopewell Rocks, and you have a 2-fer with the WMA. If you go to Fundy National Park, Fundy and the WMA should be a 2-fer.
It's extremely hard here to not find a park that you're not in 4509. It's really hard. And 85% of that time, if you're in 4509, you're probably also in 6927.
How about 8675309?
It's actually 8675309.
That's a 2-fer. I think. With 18, that's a 2-fer with 1810 and Chief Logan WMA, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. And Antarctica was on last night, if anybody missed them.
Last night I was watching the ball game. I did a speed activation for late shift to watch the ball game, which we lost. But
you activated so fast that my ham alerts didn't even go off.
That doesn't surprise me, because I'll be honest, I was technically done with New Day at 7:01, but after I said QRT, 3 more people popped in there.
Yeah.
Before I turned off the radio. So after those 3 popped off, and then I got a few more after that, I think I ended it at 7:02 with about, I think I had 60 some contacts at 7:02.
Jeez.
No, that was the total. That was the total because I activated the last 3 minutes too.
Let's see. In 2 minutes of the new day, I'm gonna take a guess here. You want to pull up your log? Let's see. In 2 minutes in the new day, I think you got 17 contacts.
Well,
That would be a good clip.
Let's see.
That would be a really good
really
clip.
easy because it'll separate them. I forgot that I activated the last couple minutes. That's why I had 60. Let's see here.
Let's see who can get there faster.
You can, because you got stuff up.
No, I didn't. I had to open a browser window. Hold on a second. We might have to let this stream run for about a half an hour while his activations load. Jeez. All right, here we go. You're at Nantahala?
I'm always at Nantahala.
And that was the third.
Oh, it's not going to tell me because no, it was the fourth. It's going to combine what I also done today with the fourth.
Yeah, you're right. But wait, there's more. I can look.
You'll definitely get it first because I don't know how to do it because I only did 60 meters.
You only did 60?
Yeah, I only did 60. But then today I went back there and I have 5 QSOs as a satellite. And then I have like 100. I have 100 and some.
I said 17. You got 15 on 60 meters for the new day.
15? Okay.
You got 15 from the new day to 1 minute. That is awesome.
And I did not make people aware of that beforehand. I just spotted a few minutes till and was there. And I did that on a band I knew I wouldn't get me. If that would have been 40 meters, that number would be way higher.
You'd probably still be out there right now taking calls too.
Yeah. And that's exactly why I chose 60 meters because I knew I'd get under 20 calls.
Yeah, but still 15 and probably a minute and a half. That's a pretty good clip there, buddy. You know, you keep this up, you're going to make a hell of an activator one day.
One day.
I'm telling you.
Why do you think people will pour into my TikTok streams? Because I'm activating. Every time I'm doing a TikTok stream, well, 99% of the time I'm doing a TikTok stream, I'm activating.
Because they like Terry's Roses? I guess. So. Whiskey 4 Alpha, Charlie. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
How's it going? Yeah, be sure and hit that like button, guys. You know, that's another reason. That's what I do like better about TikTok. I like streaming on YouTube better, but I like it so much better because everybody there that watches your stream will give you a like. Everybody, if they just pop in, unless they just pop in and see what you're doing and leave. But if they pop in and stay over 45 seconds, they're going to click the like.
And subscribe. Not just like. Hit the bell notification so you get notified.
No, I won't say they all do that, but...
No, I mean here.
Oh, here.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a dime.
There goes Terry. I sent 5 orbs.
There you go. Thanks for the orbs.
He asked me one day, he said, how do I get orbs on here? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, never mind. I'm talking about a different app. And I still didn't. And then we were in Discord that night. Evidently, you get orbs on Discord and you can buy things.
No, you get the orbs on feetpicsrus.com.
Maybe.
So I think that's where he's been hanging out there. You know, hairylegscentral.com or something. Crookedtoes.com. There you go. Crookedtoes.com.
Yeah, I'm hopefully this week I'll get some kind of adventure activation in. I mean, I started the year right. I started it with a soda. So, well, actually, I ended it and started it with a soda because I did a soda on the 31st and a soda on the 1st.
Toenails. The last 5 activations at 1810 are logged as a twofer with 9740, which is the WM. That's stupid.
The last 5.
Really? The last. All right. I'm gonna take a look at this. I mean, not right now, but that's retarded.
Well, one guy did 3 of them. So
this is all right. So this is the only thing I can think of because obviously they didn't do any research. I'm thinking they just saw the names were the same or similar. Chief Logan, State Park versus WA. They probably saw Chief Logan and saw them close to each other and just said, it must be. That's crazy. James he's writing down call signs right now to send emails out.
I will send emails out because, that's the kingdom capital. You don't activate it as a twofer. It's not a twofer.
You have to defend the capital. That's right.
I mean, I defend. Just yesterday, I actually sent an email to a guy because I don't know if he made a mistake. He could have. But I was just making him aware. It's kind of like my 1810 of here, which is Fontana, and it was ran as a threefer. And I sent him a message. I was like, I've extensively researched that park, and as a matter of fact, I've actually talked to the ranger over there. There is nowhere possible in that park to do a threefer. And he come back and he apologized and said, thanks for letting me know. I said, and I told I was polite about it. I was letting you know before somebody comes at you and starts something.
But did they pull their logs to correct it? That's the question.
I did my duty.
That's the question.
Just like the same thing happens every year when we go to Caesars Creek. Everybody wants to do 9740 as a twofer.
Now,
and although there is a spot you can do it.
Yeah. Very limited. And the campground's not one of them.
No, the campground is not one of them. And people sit in the campground and do it as a twofer all the time.
Very limited spots. You can. Not where people would commonly go.
There's a Logan in Ohio that's a threefer. Would that be somewhere around shoot, hold on. I'm thinking Hawking Hills. Is there somewhere around Hawking Hills?
Happy New Year, Carl. Whiskey 8 Kilo Foxtrot Whiskey in Ohio. Happy New Year to you, buddy. It says, since it has the same name, I mean, it has to be a threefer, right? Since it has Logan in the name, it's probably a.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
No problem. Never mind the fact that there's absolutely no way you can do a twofer between states. That would be physically impossible. But yeah. What's your boss got you doing? What's your boss got you doing tomorrow?
Possibly. Hold on. Okay, so the last 4 they did as a twofer, not the last 5. The fifth, they got the 2 guys that did it on the 5th activation. They did activate them both, but there's a separate amount of Qs. There's different amount of Qsos for them.
Happy New Year, Russell. Kilo Echo 4 Golf Tango Quebec.
So unless another job pops up for Josh, we will be going out and doing, well, I say we'll be doing the threefer in Cherokee. That is if the road is open, because they do close parts of that road in winter months sometimes.
When you go up that road, part of it goes to the left, part of it goes to the right. If you go to the part that goes to the left, That's also a twofer with 1810. By the way, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm going to help you out a little bit. I've done my research. Trust me. Just trust me. That's right.
You know, I mean, I'll be honest. This is exactly why POTA needs to take furs and stick them where the sun don't shine.
That's why, right there.
Because
someone on Facebook the other day was talking about a 2-state threefer. It's physically impossible.
Because here's the thing: POTA makes rules and don't enforce them whatsoever. And people who activate don't do research. They're just like, oh, it's Chief Logan Wildlife Management Area. It's Chief Logan State Park. It has to be a twofer, right?
Right. That is crazy how somebody thinks that a park in 2 different states can be a fur with any. No, you cannot fur that if it's in a different state. Impossible.
And that's another thing. You can't do a park that is in multiple states. You can't turn in multiple states for one activation because it's impossible, because you and all of your equipment has to be in the park. And I don't care if you're straddling the line. All of you is not in neither park.
Right. So let's just say I'm on the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, that's a 16-fer. It goes through 16 states.
So let's say I'm in Georgia, and if I take one more step, I'll be in North Carolina. Okay. I can't do that as a twofer. No. One, I cannot physically be in Georgia and North Carolina at the same time. Me and all of my equipment cannot be in 2 states at the same time. So you can't do that. Now I can activate Georgia, get my 10, take a step, move all of my crap as well, and then do another activation, get another 10. Marked out for North Carolina, and I've just done 2 activations. That's fine.
That's absolutely fine.
Yep. Did I get my flat cap net yet? No, I ordered 2 off Amazon. Should be here soonish, I hope. Be rocking the flat cap, baby.
Yeah, like, and I'll be honest, guys, if you're hunting these people in places that you know's not a fur, you need to let them know. So just, if one of those guys, if I worked me park to park that was an 1810, and they said they were in a twofer, I'd say, can you tell me where you're at? And they said up there at the lodge. I was like, okay, well, you can log me for 1810. Do not put me in the log for 9740 because you're not in 9740.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if I need 9740. You got to have morals. And just because people are delfishing the system don't mean you got to do it too.
That's why I was curious if they removed their logs after you emailed the guy, because even though he may have been grateful that you told him that he was wrong and he won't do it again and yada, yada, if he doesn't correct what he's already submitted, he don't give a shit.
Exactly. You got to do right.
I mean, the way I look at it is, if you zoom the map out far enough, all the yellow dots are a fur, right?
I mean, honestly, guys,
I'm going to go activate Florida now, like all of it.
Honestly, we don't get paid to do POTA. We don't get, there is no almighty glory for doing something. It's pieces of paper that you have to print yourself if you want the reward.
I got real plaques though.
If you got to cheat to get a piece of paper to print yourself, just send me a message and say, hey, I need the award for this, and I'll send it to you photoshopped already for you.
There you go.
I'll go ahead and send you the award for you yourself. You ain't even got to sign up on the logging page. I don't get it. It just.
Oh, he'll make his own artwork if it's not done yet. Boy, he has Crayola, man.
You know what? I can make you the awards that ain't even done if you're going to cheat to start with. I mean, X-Ray Oscar, if you want to sit in Georgia and tell me you need a kilo up in Canada, if you want me to make you the award, I'll make it for you. I'd rather do that than you go spot in Canada when you're sitting in Georgia. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Here's the problem with the proof part. MTO. I mean, it's who's going to moderate that? I know as a volunteer for POTA, with what I do, if I would not want to be on the team to verify that somebody was in a park when they activated.
No, I'm not saying that they should have somebody monitoring it, but I'm saying when
just for hike-ins or boat,
when Billy Bob sends a picture or a video of Dan sitting at Toys R Us saying that he's in Hawaii activating the chicken cockroach park, and they send it in, and then they say, well, that's not enough proof. Even though you showed where he was spotted, you showed that he was in Toys R Us, but I mean, that's just not enough proof to us. They got to enforce the stuff that's set right in front of their face and not be scared of somebody saying, I'll get my lawyer. You're going to spend a lawyer over a piece of paper, y'all? Come on.
A little bit of factual information for you here on this beautiful shenanigans. The Toys R Us stores in Hawaii largely closed in 2018.
And they wouldn't be in a park to start with.
It's on private property, but yeah. No, when you said that, I said, there has to be a Toys R Us in Hawaii. So I looked it up, and the Google told me, has to be true if the Google tells me, that they're gone as of 2018. They don't have any more. I don't want to be a Toys R Us.
Charlie 1 PSK says, I POTA every week, sad that people cheat. That's the kind of person right there that's really getting cheated. People like that. I POTA every single day. So I'm wasting all of my gas. I'm wasting all of my time every single day going out there for somebody to sit at a McDonald's and run FT8 and say that he's in a 7-fer, or somebody to spot on sideband and not even be on the frequency. He don't even get a single respot and just falls off 30 minutes later, then turns in 300 logs for that park. And you couldn't hear them or a hunter, and there was a net going on the frequency. Stuff like that's ridiculous.
Can you blame him, though? One, he doesn't get punished for it. Two, the fries and the coffee are amazing.
Oh.
I would sit in the McDonald's parking lot and get a large fry. I don't know about activating POTA at the same time, but
I mean, lucky for me, 90% of my activations are on live streams anyway.
I've hunted from a McDonald's.
Hey,
I've used the McDonald's sign as an antenna.
I know you have.
That's right. Karma is a bitch. That's true.
Well, I wonder what I did to tick it off.
Man.
It sure wasn't POTA, but I tell you what, I must have done something, because life don't go too great. But POTA does, so.
Well, it's we need to wrap this up. Thank you all for joining us on the first shenanigans of 2026. It has been a blast. Look forward to another year with us here on YouTube. Remember the Wednesday videos at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. But hey, shenanigans. Episode 155 is in the books, buddy. What you got coming up this week?
This week, I think I might activate every day.
You might. Yeah.
I might just activate every day. I might also stream one of those activations on TikTok every day. Might not too. Some of those might be in the house, because normally when I go out with Josh, I don't stream with him, because if he's running the mic, he can't deal with me talking. If you've ever Dan, you've never had the privilege of watching me stream on TikTok, so you know what my pileups can be like.
Yeah.
Imagine my pileups and me every fourth or fifth call answering 3 questions on the string.
I got an idea what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to do the opposite of what I did last year. We're going to put out a vote the last week of 2026 if I hunt James on the last day of the year. And that'll be the only time I hunt him is one day.
So far, he's good for that. Anyway, guys, I'll be out every day as always. I'll be out every day this year. Unless I'm 6 feet under. That's the only thing I can tell you is going to stop me. Other than that, I'll be streaming, dropping videos left and right. I'm really going to push YouTube really hard this year. So if you'd like to see something special on here or anything like that, feel free to send me a message and tell me your ideals and stuff. If you follow me on TikTok, same thing. And I'm getting ready to spend the next at least month and a half, maybe 2 months in Florida. So I will be doing some actual YouTube live streaming from parks as well as everything else. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thanks for the super chats. And we will see you on the air 73.
See you guys, 73.